Hello, daughter. You're of age. It's time for us to have a little talk. A talk that I would hope would help you when the time comes makes the right decisions to find real happiness in this world. Daughter, what you are meant to be is a moon. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but you are meant to be a moon. And as a moon, it is your job to find a sun. No, not a male child, a sun, a star. And in finding a sun, you work off of it or him, and you find balance and happiness. Now, daughter, I know you're intelligent, so you're probably thinking, a moon? But how is a moon important? Daughter, the moon literally helps half of the organisms on this planet survive. The moon we look up in the sky and see every day. Half of the organisms depend on it. It tells some organisms when to move. It tells some organisms when to have their babies. It tells some organisms when to feed. It controls a lot. So it is extremely important. Is it as important as the sun? No, maybe not. But its importance cannot be underestimated or taken for granted. Yeah, I know, daughter. Being told that you have to take second place, in a sense, I understand can be frustrating. I really get it. The reason you're second place to your son, the son you choose, in past times I would choose it or the family would choose it, but in these times you choose it. The reason it is important for you to pick the correct son to play second place to is because the moon reflects that light that the sun gives off. However, it does it in a way that's not as intense. It's more soft, nourishing, more of a loving glow instead of a harsh, in-your-face glow. Some light can only be taken from you sometimes. The light directly from the sun is too harsh. It can be harsh for young organisms. It can be harsh for the sensitive. It can be harsh for anybody during certain parts of their lives. So when you reflect that light in a more loving, soft, nurturing way, you are providing the very light that is needed, but you're providing it the way it is needed. The sun, true, is the driving force, but the sun on its own cannot reach everything. A balance is met through the moon. You are a moon, daughter. Yes, you may glow, you may give off light, but it doesn't make you a sun. But that's not a bad thing. The moon in its own way drives certain aspects forward. Certain things that the sun may overlook, the moon comes in and makes sure that even the overlooked ones get some of that light. And that light could be anything. It can be knowledge that you get from your son. It could be emotional strength that you get from your son, spiritual strength that you get from your son, and you reflect it to those that need it. You reflect it in a way that it is more digestible, maybe to your young, maybe to old people in your family, maybe to those going through just a hard emotional time. Your job in this life is to become the best moon you could be. But in order to find that, in order to become that, you have to find the best sun you could find. Now, this sun doesn't have to be the biggest. It doesn't have to burn the brightest. It doesn't have to be the closest. It doesn't have to be the furthest. Meaning, don't look for a sun that has everything. Look for a sun that you feel comfortable reflecting. This could be hard. The moon is tied to emotion. And you, daughter, being a moon, you rely heavily on your emotions. So this can be a difficult task. But one hint I can give you to finding a good sun to follow: look for consistency. No matter what the day was yesterday, no matter what circumstances might occur, the sun rises. He rises in the same direction, and he sets in the same direction. If a man is presenting himself as a son you can follow or you can reflect, look for consistency in the ways that count. Is he reliable? Is he balanced? Does he understand the world? Does he have control over himself? Now, as a son, yeah, you will want your son to be bright. You will want your son to be large. You will want your son to be vibrant. That is okay. But daughter, also look for that consistency. Consistency in action. If that son wants to be with you and he tells you he wants to be with you, his actions should consistently show it. And then, through consistency of action, you decide whether or not you want to be the moon to that sun. So, in saying that, daughter, understand that it is not your job to become a sun, no matter what people tell you. It is your job to become the best moon you could be. You give off light just like a sun, except you're closer, you're softer, you're more easy with your delivery of that light. Like, again, that light can be love, it could be knowledge, it could be strength. So find a sun that you are willing to reflect. I'm only your son for so much longer. Eventually, you'll have to find your own. I'm your mother's son, and she is my moon. But through watching us, hopefully, you know what to look for. Go out there and find your son. And always remember, Daddy love you.